Hello guys, welcome to Indian Esports League Season 4. This is the lower bracket semi-final match between Onlyfams and OnlyScam. Joining me today is my co-caster Master Instinct.
Hello,
Hello.
guys.
What do you like? What do you think?
Yeah,
What do
as
you
we
think
can
about
see
the
from
draft?
every banning stage, Bara OD getting banned. Most likely, the next two bans will be Co-op or Weaver. So let's see if the other two meta heroes getting banned or not.
All the meta heroes getting banned in this, and most like in this meta, most meta heroes are like pretty annoying to play against. Fever, QOP, OD, Speedbreaker, all are like really heroes to.
Yeah, as you guys might think that what is a meta hero? A meta hero is like a hero that dominates that meta. And what is a meta? Meta is like you can say a period of time. Like in this patch, these heroes are good. That is why these heroes are in the meta. Okay, so Ogre is kind of in the meta because his bloodlust and those things can be annoying as well. So in these meta heroes, the meta hero in this meta, the meta heroes are which are very annoying to play against because Bara can run around bot top with his charge of darkness, and he can pretty much see anyone and anything in his way, and it's pretty hard to stop him without an Yules or a
One
hero
thing,
which builds Yules.
yeah, one thing I have noticed that like most of the meta heroes are in this patch are high mobile heroes like Weaver, QOP, Speedbreaker,
Exactly, exactly.
and whereas Oligam took the opportunity and took two of the best meta heroes in this patch, Bane, Elemental, and Weaver. Whereas Onlyfams started with Grimstroke as
So
their
they'll
first.
be combining the Grimstroke or something like an offlaner like Doom or something that can sync pretty well with Grimstroke. Or they can also think of a way like they can go a safe laner right now, like a Jug or Slark or Lifestealer, who can like jump on the enemies with the Inkswell, and the enemies can't do much because the Jug has inbuilt spell immunity, that is the spin, and which damages them in time while he is on to them. And the rage is something of a BKB that Lifestealer has. So it's they can do this thing, carry or doom.
There are a number of heroes that you can that synergize pretty well with Grimstroke.
Yep.
They can like in the last Upper Bracket series we saw that Greenstroke synergized well with CK also, but this time they went for Slather as offlaner. Probably like the carry player Pain from Only Scam loves to play hard carry heroes like PA, Anti-Mage, and stuffs like that, like Spectre and all. And Slather is pretty good against Anti-Mage and all. So probably just to negate the anti-mage pick, they have picked Slather in the second pick.
And Slather can be pretty good with Grimstroke as
Grimstroke
well.
also.
After the Slather gets his Blink Dagger, he can jump onto the enemies with the Inkswell. And with the huge amount of physical damage he has, and the stun the Grimstroke's Inkswell will provide, he can easily kill anyone he's on top of.
So only scam bans Razor and only fam bans WK. The Razor ban like opens up certain heroes like Life Stealer, Juggernaut. These heroes are like Razor is good against these sort of heroes. So banning the Razor might give a hint like they gonna pick PA or LS or something like that.
Night Stalker,
Also,
man. Interesting.
yeah, probably they are thinking that Slather, like Weaver is the position 4 and Bane is the position 5, so they have an Night Stalker in there. Because the amount of vision and the space that Night Stalker creates in team fights, probably they don't want to give that sort of advantage to Team Oldest Camp. Tinker getting banned.
Interesting. So they don't want to deal with the Tinker any sort of, so they could actually leave the Tinker open so they could counter him. But through any of the picks, I mean any of the bans from the Dire side, only scam. I don't think Tinker, any of this ban is really favorable to the Tinker. You know, Razor and Disruptor against Tinker doesn't seem so good. And
Probably
PA
can
getting
bans
banned.
Pia. Yeah, Pia and Slather is a very potent combo.
Yep,
So
yep.
the negative one were into critical, very potent lineup. So
Mm. PA can just one shot the enemy heroes with the corrosive haze.
yeah, Poliscam gonna pick the offlaner, I guess, in this pick, and leave the carry and mid lane for the last two picks.
But they can even pick the carry now because they know who's the offlaners over here. Because they
But
can see.
most of the times, the draft pattern which I saw for only scam is that they pick their carry, keep their carry for the last pick only.
Uh,
So every time they pick the carry for the last pick. So probably the third and fourth pick gonna be their offlane and mid laner.
yeah, probably. And we see a life
And
steal.
like,
See,
yeah,
because
straight,
you can
yeah.
see there's a sladder in the offlane, so it's only fair to pick your safe lane hero now because the Radiant team will need to pick a support and the carry or a mid laner. So uh, they will have their pick ready. If they pick a safe laner, they'll pick the only scam will pick their offlaner against the safe laner they'll pick, or if the only fam picks their mid laner,
Mid laner,
only
they will
they
counter
can
that.
counter it with their pick as well. Yep,
And by seeing the reserve band, it was pretty evident that they're gonna pick a LS or a PA or Juggernaut because
exactly.
Razor is pretty good against three of these heroes. Razor is a pretty hard counter of LS actually.
Yep, yep.
LS finds is very hard to play against the Razor. Onlyfam picks Lion. So on the side of Onlyfam, we can see like three heroes which have pretty good lockdown, like Lion, Slather, Grimstroke, Third Skill, and Ultimate. Whereas OnlyScam is lacking some sort of lockdown in the first three phases. Weaver, Bane, and LS. Looking at the peak of OnlyScam, I think Void Spirit would be a pretty good mid laner. With,
Yes,
with
sorry guys,
like,
I'm back. Yeah, what were you saying?
I was telling that OnlyFam has like three concrete lockdown heroes, whereas OnlyScam is lacking some lockdown. So
Yep, yep, yep. So they
and
have pretty mobile heroes over here. So they can pick an initiating offlaner because they really need an initiator over here because they need someone to jump on these two onto this two supports. They can go Mars or something like that, or they can even pick their mid laner. Any of the spirits seems good to me.
I think for OnlyFam, voice speed would be a pretty good because they don't have like that sort of catch or uh, concrete lockdown in the side of OnlyScam. Like Bane and Weaver are not that good in like insta stunning any heroes. So voice speed would have a pretty free game till now.
Yep, yep. Void spirit's not bad actually,
I
and
personally, I don't like this. I don't like this Juggernaut pick against a Bane. Like, do you differ in that or like? And
the
in
OnlyFam are thinking of securing their laning stage because I guess the Jug and Grim duo actually
yeah.
doesn't lose again any lane in my opinion. They can easily own the lane or at least farm safely in the lane because there is no support or offlane duo that can threaten
But
these
but
two
if
duos.
you are playing against a Weaver and support and somehow they pick a QOP now as the offlaner, so will Grimstock and Juggernaut be able to win that lane?
Yeah, so in that case, Lion should go with the Jugger. because Lion will have a stun and hex with
They go for Underlord.
they go for an Underlord. Okay, so the Underlord pick actually I Underlord is a strong laner. I won't disagree on that because yeah, but
But against Grimstroke and Jug, I doubt it. Like in
yep,
between,
yep,
the Underlord will be able to
and
lane that.
they needed an initiator. So the initiating part goes to the mid laner right now. If they
And
ban in all the initiators by the OnlyFam team, I don't see a way they can initiate onto this fight.
yeah, OnlyFams have started banning the initiator as we have just told. They have already banned Puck.
Yep, yep. The next should be
And
Void,
I
I
think
guess.
KOP and Voice Speed are pretty good mid laner for OnlyFans. They can go for either of the like
Yep,
they
yep.
can go for KOP
If
and
they're
Voice Speed.
going for either of them, they should ban the other one.
Yeah. And Xander loves playing Voice Spirit, so I think they can ban KOP. Yeah, they ban KOP.
Yep. And if OnlyScam doesn't ban Void Spirit, I highly doubt the OnlyFam team will leave the Void Spirit for the Dire team. Yeah, Insta
That's
Void pick, I guess.
I think Voice Speed will be a pretty good way because Lowly Scam are lacking concrete disavowals at this moment.
Yep.
They have like next to zero lockdown.
And Void Spirit can just jump in and eat these two supports. They're just food to them, food to the Void.
Heroes like LS, Ursa, they need some setup to take to fight in to fight the opponent heroes. In this game, they don't have any sort of lockdown, so I doubt that LS gonna get kited pretty hard.
Mm, Lena pick, not that bad. He is good against any of the Lena, but as you can see, there's a Grimstroke, there's a Lion, there's a Lena. So Void Spirit
The
still
amount of
open.
burst, yeah.
If only Scam gets a Void Spirit, it's gonna be hard for the Radiant team, in my opinion. Because Void Spirit will suffer a bit against the Lina, but the game is just his.
Once Lion gets his dagger, he just needs to play
Yep,
safe.
yep.
It's
There
over.
it is. There it is. Because Void,
But Onlyfam has got some pretty good lockdown heroes. Like if Lion plays the safe, like if Lion makes a dagger and he just waits for Void Spirit to come into fights. He just can link in and hex the insta hex the Void Spirit, and they can just burst down that hero.
yep, yep, yep. That's true.
In some things, Onlyfam has some sort of like counter for Void Spirit also, but in this game, I think Lion has to play like pretty cleverly and not to get caught. You just need to wait for the voice spirit to come into the back line.
Yep.
He just needs to
For the
focus on
early
that.
game and for the mid game, Void is their only space creator
Win
and
condition,
game
yeah,
changer. Yeah. And
yeah.
for the Radiant team, I believe the same job goes to the Lion because Lion needs to do so much in this game because if he gets caught out of position, the Void will just get on top of him, and after the Lion dies, I don't see a way they can control this Void Spirit. The laning stage will be a bit tough for the Void Spirit, but in this game, probably not.
Friend! Hello, friend!
So the customary pause at the start of the game.
Yep, it's a traditional pause of every
Total
game.
spawnage. That was hot.
As we can see, we were rushing medallion.
Yeah, Weaver Medallion, not so bad, but nowadays Weaver goes for the urn and ended the vessel. So the vessel gives him lot of bit of HP that he needs and not getting bursted. After that, he goes for a Agnum Scepter or an Atos. So it gives more HP to the Weaver, and he gets like a 1600 or 2k HP after that.
Yeah.
So it gets really hard for the enemy team to burst him down. So the weakness of the Weaver is only that he's really squishy. But after getting those Vessel, Etos, or Agnum Scepter, he gets really tanky.
So, but just by looking up into the draft, what do you think? Which team are you supporting in this game?
I think the laning will be won by the Radiant team because they have a Lina in mid lane against a Void Spirit. So Lina should be able to dominate the lane. And in the bottom lane, Jug and Grim will be there. So that is also a strong lane. And with the two stun combo in the off lane, Lion and
Oh,
Slardar,
that is too
Rather.
good.
that's also a strong lane. So
Sorry to
laning,
disappoint you.
I will support the Radiant team.
Yeah, laning wise, they must be winning our two of the three lanes.
Yep. And in the
And
mid game,
one.
the Lion needs to shine, and in for the Dire team, this Void needs to really shine in the middle game.
Yeah.
So
The
uh,
Lion plays an important part to win the mid game for the Radiant side. He
exactly.
just needs to be quiet ever. He just needs to stay back and wait for the Void Spirit to jump in. Because in the mid game, Void Spirit is the only win condition for the Dire side.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the Radiant side are pretty good in the three of their lanes. Like, I won't be surprised if they win all the three lanes.
Yep.
Like Grimstroke and Jug is a pretty strong lane. Lion and Slather is also a pretty strong lane.
Bugs in
And
the
Lena
system.
laning one even with Voice Spirit. Lena wins any lane. Voice Spirit.
If we take a proper scenario over here, I will be supporting the Radiant team because when you win a lane, you get a ton of XP, ton of gold advantage, and you just keep pressing it forward, forward, and forward, and you keep when you're ahead, the enemy team will think twice to take a fight. So if they take a fight and if the enemy team loses, they'll be losing a ton of XP, gold,
Yeah.
and the towers. So
Especially if you're winning all the three lanes. Like if you're winning all the
exactly.
three lanes, then your mid game is pretty much secured.
Yep, yep.
According to me, like unless and until you give a like you do a massive throw and give the network advantage, your mid game is pretty much secure. But let's see how
Yep.
this game works. Grimstroke is completing his magic one at the start. But rather than this build, I prefer like Grimstroke would have bought one or two sentries along with him because firstly, well, you are laning against a Weaver, and secondly, you just need to divert the blocked camp.
Yep, yep. And
But,
he should have just gotten one salve at least because in the laning
yeah,
stage,
Juggernaut
once.
will be laning it.
Yep,
Juggernaut
yep.
would be.
So Jug bought his own salve. That's interesting. Good for him.
Completing the magic one at the start, I am not a big fan of that. He needed to complete that. He needed to have magic stick. That's like more than enough for him. And also, you can't trade it with Weaver at the start with Grimstroke. It's pretty hard. You can't just trade it. They just need to leave the Weaver and go on to Underlord every time they want to kill that kill. They want to have a kill in the lane.
Void is getting pressured over here.
Weaver also having a hard time in that lane. Whereas in the top lane we can see Lion is just zoning out that Bane Elemental, sucking all the mana.
Oh my god. Oh, this lane is pressing really well to this in the void.
The Lena is playing the perfect game, I think.
Yep.
Voice Speed is finding it pretty hard to lane against the Lena. The pool cam getting unblocked by Grimstroke.
Yeah, the Lena leading the last hit shots and through a nice dodge by the Void Spirit.
Also, Slather having a pretty good time, the top lane.
Yep. But the lane is a bit pushed over here in the bottom lane. The lane should be
In the mid lane, we can see is it the bottle yeah, no.
the bottle charge.
Bottle charge here is Voice Speed to survive. Whereas in the top lane, they went for Bane Elemental. Lion stuns, followed up by a Slather stun. The Bane is running for his life, trying to create some space of LS. But Slather already has a boost, so Bane is pretty much dead. And Slather gets the first blood. After like an amazing laning phase for the Slather, he also gets it. In the bot lane, we can see this Juggernaut is dead. They just and the Grimstroke is also dead, I guess. Yeah. They just dive under the tower to kill that Underlord, which worked against them, I guess.
I don't understand how the lane is getting pushed to the Underlord, because Underlord uses his fire storm into the creep wave, and the lane should be pushed. I don't know what's happening in this lane.
Actually, Juggernaut is just not only last hitting; he is just randomly hitting the creeps. So, as you can see in the bot lane, he is just pushing the lane.
We see a misplay coming out from Bob the Builder in this lane.
And Lina is just winning the mid lane pretty hard. He is leading in XP, he is leading in the net worth lead, he is leading in the last hit chart. He is almost level 6, whereas Voice Spirit is just level 5. He is just spamming the Dragon Slave to Voice Spirit, and Voice Spirit is just finding hard to play in it. Whereas Slather getting the first blood had given him that boost, and is also like almost pretty much close to.
Already has his power set. Yep.
He's going on to Bane. Bane is out of his mana for the Nightmare. I think Bane is Slather won't dive. But if you would have checked the mana for Bane, he could have dived to the tower. The only lane that the Radiants are having an issue is with Juggernaut. He is having a hard time playing against the Underlord and Weaver lane. Lion tipping mid to refill the bottle.
Lina getting a refill in this middle lane, it's gonna be hard for Void Spirit. But Void Spirit reached his level 6.
So once Voice Spirit reaches level 6, I think he can kill that Lina solo if he jumps and plays properly, right? Nice movement by Lina, dodging the first kick from Voice Spirit.
I don't think this Void Spirit can kill this Lina solo. He needs any of his support to come mid. Exactly. But if they can't come in mid lane, they should go to both of the side lanes and gang. If he gets like 1 or 2 kills, he'll be like back in the game.
It will be a comeback mechanism for the.
Yep.
Both the carries are having like a rough time in their lane. LS usually faces tough time to lane against a Slather.
But I don't think LS should suffer that lot because he already has his Helm of the Iron Will. Of course,
Yeah, but
Slaughter will pressure him, but it won't be that hard because he already has his Helm of the Iron Will. And he's even level higher than the Slaughter over here.
also we can see both the supports from the dire side are merging towards the mid lane just to gank the Lina, I guess.
Yeah, if they could just get this Lina kill, and if the Void Spirit gets the Lina kill, it'll be great for the Void Spirit.
I think Bane is just standing there just to stack for Voice Spirit or LS. He's just standing there to stack, yeah.
Oh, he just DC'd. Oh, that's unfortunate. He missed the timing
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So
Weaver will be
unfortunate.
stacking. Weaver will be stacking the hard camp.
But the Bane really needs his level 6 to make a play.
Yeah.
The Bane is
He is
only level
level
2 in
2.
7 minutes in.
He was like giving all the level to LS in the lane. LS is already level 6. Just 6 minutes to be
Yeah,
Bane as a support.
it's good for the carry, I agree, but it's bad for the support, you know.
Because
What should
ultimately Bane and Voice Speed will be the two main heroes who will be making plays in the mid game. Like, LS in no way gonna come into the fight at 10 minute or 11 minute mark. He'll be just farming his armlet. He's just farming his like phase wood and all before coming into fight.
In my opinion, what should the Dire team do? They should just lead the mid lane, give the mid lane to the Bane so he can get some levels in the solo mid lane. And Void Spirit and Weaver should go to the bottom lane to get some kills. After they kill in the bottom lane, they could wait in the bottom lane to the hero they killed to TP back, or they could march to top lane to harass this Slaughter and Lion duo. Because it's the enemy team's strong lane, so you should break their strong lane at least, or force some rotations in their lane, so the enemy other side could get space.
Now looking at the map, now is Underlord is solo in the lane.
We see a smoke coming out from the Dire side but oh, White Spirit got his mana felt. Okay, fine. Oh, they were trying to get this Lina, but
they are looking for the stacks.
Looking for the stacks. That's good. That's great. But Lion sees them over here with this observer ward. Everyone's coming over here, so oh my god. Bane dies. Weaver might survive with this Shikuchi, or maybe not. If there's a hits, nice, and the Weaver dies. Nice. Nice rotation by the Radiant side. At least the good thing that the Dire did that they took the stacks, but in return they gave 2 kills and a mid tower. So that's painful.
Now the map is pretty much open for the Radiant side.
Oh, the Weaver might just drop over here again. Oh my god, let's say.
The voice speed also misses the first. Anyhow, if it had connected to Lina would have died. He would have survived. Lina is pretty much close to his BOT. 9 minutes, he's like 100 gold away from making his BOT. He's even stacking that NC just to like use up his farm. In the meantime, Juggernaut breathing some space he got. After the creeps, he's getting the last.
After the laning stage, Jug should be suffering over here, but Jug is pretty good at this point. He has like almost the 3rd highest last hits. And slightly climbing. So at this point, the highest net worth is the Slaughter. The 2nd highest is Lina. And after that, we see the Underlord. Okay. Oh, if Jug could get this solo kill onto this Underlord, it would be great. But
Underlord just TP.
Underlord just juking the Juggernaut and TPing into the T1s.
The Radiant side are playing a pretty good objective-based game. They are going for the top tier 1 tower, whereas the Underlord just TP into base, so you won't be able to come and defend any tower.
And Dire should defend this top lane because as the Radiant are showing, Jug and Dana both are showing in the bottom lane. So they could have gone top, defended this top tower, and they could even get these two important kills.
The problem is that Underlord just TP'd from the bot lane, and Bane is only level 3 at 10 minutes mark. He is not even close to level 3. So without that they won't be able to make the
This Bane is suffering hard. Oh, the Omni Slash bouncing back. Unfortunate for the Juggernaut.
Oh my god, I don't know why the Underlord went ahead. That was pretty bad movement from Underlord.
And the Jug has no mana over here. Weaver can just chase him down here. And the Weaver's trying to... Oh, the Jug is dead. Is he gonna die solo to this Weaver? Oh,
the Lina comes.
LSD comes in from the Lina. Great play by the Lina. Nice TP.
The big play by Lina, and also kills the courier. The main thing that the Dire side is suffering from is the level of Bane element. So Bane is just level 3 at this point of time. He needs some. Didn't he buy the tomb balls?
He gave the tomb to Weaver, I guess.
When in the top lane, LS is dead. It's a nice timing. Nice sequence of stuns. Lion giving his life for the LS kill. It's worth it, I guess. It's worth it for the Radiant side. Bane needs some level. He just needs to stay in one lane and get level 6 as soon as he can. Because he didn't buy the tomb. And now he's only level 4 at 12-minute mark. Without the grip, that Bane is pretty much useless.
Yep. Giving your carry solo XP is good, but
he should have bought the tomb. Instead of letting Weaver to buy the tomb, he could have been the one to buy the.
Yep. What will Weaver's time lapse do? He'll time lapse himself, but with the grip, you could like get some kills into the enemy. It's gonna be painful for the Bane as well as the team.
That Slather is just having a game of his life. He's pretty tanky with his power trade.
He already has his armlet. Oh my god, he's going for the Blink Dagger.
Yeah. Above that, he has 900 gold more, so pretty much easy game for the Slather at this point of time.
And that's why I don't like Underlord over here, because he is a like a wall to the for the time being. But what happens if the wall is breached? The enemy team can just wrap around, go to the back, and the wall just does nothing.
And also, like the amount of fight input that this Slather can give to the Radiant side, this Underlord won't be able to provide that much of efficiency in the team fights at this point of time. The only thing that Underlord will be efficient is just defending the towers at this moment. And trying to buy space for the... I'm just waiting for the Bane to get level 6. Bane is just doing the small camp beside the mid lane. Trying to get some XP,
my god, 14 minutes in. Level 5 Bane.
I don't know why was it necessary to give LS so much of level. It's not like that. LS like scales pretty hard if he gets some levels. The only thing that matters for
oh my god, the void drops.
That was the people also. That's the life. They'll be going for nothing. The Radiant side will be going for the bot tower, I guess. Underlord trying his life to defend, but he is getting wrapped around from Lion. A nice two-man impel, then followed by a Omni Slash. This Underlord is pretty much dead. That healing word also saving that Lion from dying from the Void Spirit combo. They are having a pretty rough time. Cope up to the space that the Radiant side is. We were just rushing for Aghanim, trying to save his teammates, I guess. The Radiant side also saw the stacks, the ancient stack where the Dire side has for the alias to come. All the stacks.
Sorry about that. Oh, and we see a initiation over here by the Lion and the Blood. Oh,
Nice,
white drop again.
This lather is pretty much bad. Dagger and Omelette. They're going for the Lion, I guess. Lion is dead. Next,
They need to get a kill onto any of the cores. Oh, nice grip onto the grip, but only on the support.
So
They
5-man
only got
rotation. A 5-man rotation from the Dire side, and the first grip was used on Grimstroke. So it's like something for nothing trade for that.
Yeah, but in the meanwhile, Void Spirit drops over there, so I don't see how it is much worth.
I like your moves.
The Shadow Blade
I like
already
your
been
style.
completed.
He badly needed a kill onto any of the 3 cores.
Alias stupid and he preferred to chase the Lion rather than going for the Slather, who was in between 3 of their heroes. So rather than going for Lion, I should have suggested that they should have gone for the Slather, which is the highest net worth hero at this moment.
Yep.
That kill would have been pretty huge for them. So at in the 17 minutes mark, we can see there's 5k net worth lead from the Radiant side, and also the 3 cores from the Radiant side are dominating the net worth chart at this moment. Slather at number 1, then Juggernaut followed by Lina. Void Spirit has completed his Kaya, the brown boats. He's going for a Sanj Kaya as his first item. Lina looking to.
This is not the thing you should look forward to that if you're Dire team. The 3 cores onto the top, after that you have your 3 cores, but into the 3 cores, the Void Spirit is the least farmed core.
Yeah. Like Void Spirit is having a tough time. Once it's such a nice Shadow Blade movement, but Bane has already planted the same one. Slather is also moving in for to catch the Bane. Slather jumps in, forces the Bane. The Bane is pretty much dead. He can't survive it anyhow.
Oh my god,
Oh
the
my
Void
God.
dies again.
The thing we discussed during the draft phase, that Lion gonna play an important part in playing against that Void Spirit. Same also we saw just now that Lion Hex and Impel, and then Omni Slash just deletes Void Spirit from the map. Like once Lion hexes the Void Spirit, that follow-up silence coming from Grimstroke, the stun, then Impel from Slather stun, the nice blinking from Slather going on the main elemental. This Bane is also dead. The Lina is hitting hard. Underlord is
A
also
finger Laguna used on Underlord.
this Weaver, get the light strike array, connecting the Weaver. The nice turn from Slather. This Weaver is also dead. No, that the Weaver survives with the time lapse.
Oh, nice grip onto the Juggernaut over here. Slather and Jug might both drop.
Your style.
It's a nice buyback from Bane, I would say. It's a nice buyback
Great
from Bane.
fight for the Dire side.
4 of
This
the
is
heroes.
this is the fight they needed over here
That
to
is
come back
too
into this game.
good.
The only problem with the Dire is that as soon as they got the kills, like the Underlord and Bane Elemental kill in the first place, they should have just backed out rather than diving under the tower and going for more kills. Like you are out of your spells at that time. There is no point in rushing under the tower.
Yep. And in the fight, the Void Spirit was like, when the fight started, the Void Spirit was like a 12 level, but after the fight, he directly gets to his level 14. So 2 level they get.
And that fight also helps Void Spirit to come pretty close to Sanjay Kaya. He's also pretty much close to his Sanj. And Elias also completes his Armlet and Dezo also. So one fight and Elias jumps to the highest network chart. He's just leading the network at this moment. One good fight, one network shift, and Elias leads the network chart at this moment. Radha disconnects from the game, and it's a pause coming from the Radiant side. Grimstroke is pretty much close to completing his Glimmer Cape. Lion prefers to make a 4-star rather than going for the Blink as his first item. Lina is completing his BKB before completing the Silver Edge. Whereas Juggernaut has completed his Diffusal Blade with Yasha and going for Aghanim next.
So Slider comes back into the game, and so are we.
What are your thoughts regarding the item choice that this Juggernaut is going? He went for Diffusal into Yasha to Aghanim. So what are your thoughts in that? Yeah, I think Master is good now. The Lina is going for the Bane, but the sentry was already placed, and this I think oh my god, the voice will misses the first kill. But Lina will die anyhow. Some really good fights coming from the Dire side.
So in the early game, the space he got, he could have just gone for the like Maelstrom into something else. Maelstrom would help him farm as well, but Diffusal is kind of like they wanna.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah,
The Juggernaut is pretty much like
the Radiant wants to like snowball the game and end it, but the lead they had, they just threw it away in this top fight. So it's better to be safe. Like he could have just gone for something like Maelstrom into other things, Manta, or after that he could have decided between Butterfly or Skadi. Left him. Oh, we see a smooth
at this
gang.
point, I think the Radiant side must. Yeah, at this point, the Radiant side must be waiting for like they went for Grimstroke once again. The Grimstroke is pretty much dead, I guess. No, the Grimstroke survives. Lion can hex and impulse. No, they prefers to back out. At this point, I think the Lina and the Slather, the main item, the main thing that the Radiant side are waiting for before taking a fight is to complete the BKB from Lina and Slather. They are just wanting to complete the BKB before taking any more fights from the Dire side.
Yeah, good decision by the Radiant team not taking the fight over there because they noticed they didn't had their Lina, and the Lina was able to get the top tower as well. So at this point, they should play in this top lane and get the control of their outpost. Oh, Lion might just drop. Yeah, he's dead.
But that movement was pretty much evident because Juggernaut was farming in your NC. The top lane was getting pushed out, and there was no heroes defending the top lane, so they are in the try camp. That's a pretty much easy call from the Radiant side, but still the Diane preferred to go ahead of
Oh,
himself
the
and check
getting
the
ripped
Juggernaut.
over here.
So they're doing a chain kill. They're going one by one. Juggernaut is there.
Moves. I like your style.
This is the thing that the Radiant should really avoid because it's helping their enemies to come back. As you can see, the Lifestealer who got this much of space and levels he got, he's now at the top of the net worth at this point.
Yeah.
With Desto, Armlet, and Basher, he'll be like chewing into the enemy team.
And also looking at the net worth sheet, we can see that it's like merely a 1k net worth lead from the Radiant side at this point of time. And with the top
That
tower
also is
gone,
gonna
I
disappear after this tower drops and the top lane. Oh, they fought it. Okay.
think, Radiant side prefers to, for a smoke. They are going for the LS,
Oh,
I guess.
The LS is over here alone.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
nice
this LS.
chain lockdown into the.
The rest of the
LS
heroes
got
are
cocky
in the
over
try
here,
camp.
really, without going over there without his team.
Instantly they move to the Roshan pit. Yeah, the RS pit will be a pretty good idea. Just go for the Roshan. Yeah,
They
go for
got
the Roshan.
Slada, they got this. They could easily go for the Roshan.
Pretty good with the
And without the
Lina and
life
Juggernaut.
stealer,
They
it's-
can't take the fight. Yeah.
Yep. There's no way they could take this fight in the Roshan pit.
Actually, one thing I just noticed that the Dire side were standing in the try camp. They were expecting that the Radiant side will be moving high ground, and they are waiting for them patiently. But the Radiant think did like a better job. They just smoked and walked through the lane to catch the LS, which the Dire side didn't expect and worked for the Radiant side, and they got the Aegis also. Lina with the Aegis and BKB also completed. He's moving towards his Silver Edge. Whereas Juggernaut is Juggernaut completed his Shadow Blade rather than going for a
Oh, an
Aghanim.
interesting choice by the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Going for Shadow Blade. So they have two Shadow Blade carriers, the Lina and the Juggernaut.
If like I would have preferred a Sanjay Yasha rather than Shadow Blade because if you are playing the Bane, a Voice Spirit, the amount of status resistance that you get from a Sanjay Yasha, and if you get a Titan Sliver above that, that will be working pretty much well, I guess.
Yep, true.
But I really doubt this Shadow Blade item from Juggernaut, but let's see how it works for the Radiant side. And with the Aegis advantage, I think the Radiant side will be going for the towers, all the outer towers, the bot lane and the mid lane outer towers, while the Dire side will be just pushing the side lanes, and try to make as much space as possible.
And Lina getting to his level 20. After that, Lina will be a hitting machine over here. And the Slaughter jumps on the Bane and Bane just drops.
That's a
They
nice
have
catch
their
from Lina.
LS and Void back into the game, but oh, they can see everything. The tower drops and oh, a nice time lapse save by the Weaver.
The Underlord is using his ultimate, just run into the base. Lina dies once. Lina has BKB. The team needs to just give backup to Lina. The Bane gonna ulti, I guess, no.
Bane is on his buyback though.
Yeah. There is a smoke from the dire side. The Lina moves out into the tricam to take the bounty, whereas the dire side moves and wants to get the kill. There's a Omni Splash expanded from the Juggernaut, and that's a
Nice grip onto the Juggernaut.
nice. But you need to disable that bend. Jug is dead. No, this Jug survives with the use of his magic stick.
Oh my god, that 4-staff from the Lion.
Lion is playing some like insane game, catching the voice field every time with the Hex, then saving the Juggernaut with the 4-star. He's doing a lot of stuff for the Radiant side. The Slather blinked in and stunned the 3 of their heroes. Which
The only thing that the Diet did wrong in this fight, they left this observer into the place in the high ground to be staying alive, because so with that the Radiant just knew where the enemy team is, and they got all the information they needed to execute this fight. So the comeback we were seeing by the Dire team is just putting hold into the item.
I like your
Sad for the
moves. I like your
Underlord.
style.
The item dies in the courier.
The Jug has also completed his Aghanim at this point of time. His Aghanim is also done. All the outer towers have been taken from the Radiant side.
And they'll be moving into the outpost side to take the outpost as well.
Probably they went for the Lina, I guess. The Lina has his BKB. He also has a regen rune with it. Just waiting for time. The Lina survives. Nice takes from the Lion. Lion is doing wonders in this game. He's just
Lion is gonna be the sacrificial lamb over there, but he's pretty happy to take the trade to save his Lina.
He's doing just like best things. Like the Juggernaut dies. There was no need for the Slather and Juggernaut to go in, especially the Juggernaut with that amount of HP left.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You put everything into agi thing, because the diffusal gives you agi, the Yasha gives you agi. You get the damage and the attack speed, but what happens if you die without the HP? You only dying because you don't have enough HP. You should have just gone for a Maelstrom into a Manta, which gives you. Oh my god, the full AC dies. That's really painful. And LS was like bringing his AC from the courier, but Lina was able to snipe the courier.
And also one more thing, the Juggernaut should have gone for Skadi in my opinion, because Skadi works pretty well against that LSM.
Yep. He needed only Skadi and Butterfly. Skadi to survive the burst they have, and Butterfly to like evade
Skadi
the
is also good
attack.
against LS.
Lowering
the life shield and all. So Skadi does a pretty good choice.
Skadi Butterfly, simple build. Not so complicated.
Skadi Butterfly, then go for Sweep Link and others.
Yeah. Oh, nice catch, but I don't think they wanna initiate onto this DD BKB Lina.
And also looking at the Grimstroke build, I think Grimstroke should have gone for a Ether Lens. Otherwise, finds a bit hard for Grimstroke to land its
spells. Trying to get someone. And they get a scan onto this Jugger. Nice scan by the Dire team. And the Jugger might just drop. Or they see the Jugger. The Jug might get gripped. And he gets gripped.
No, there is not much amount of damage. Juggernaut didn't spin. My god.
And if the Lina dies over here, it's it's gonna be a comeback again.
A nice turn from Slather. It's a nice three-man turn from Slather. The voice is chasing the Lina. Lina is running for his life, and all the three heroes backing out. From the dire side, the Grimstroke sacrifices his life. Lion sacrifices his life. I don't know why Juggernaut was so much ahead in that lane and farming there. There was no point. There's no need for doing that. Especially when he was playing against the Ben.
Jack decided to get a Sanjin Yasha to get the status and HP he lacked so much for so long.
So the top second tower will be gone from the Radiant side in like 10 seconds with the Dezo damage output from the LS. In 15 seconds he will be getting his assault also. This Lifestealer gonna be a pretty tough kill for the Radiant side at this moment.
And in that fight, LS didn't had his AC, by the way. His AC just respawned at the courier, so he'll be getting the AC, and the fight might just go to the dire side next time.
I think Slather would, Slather should be going for Halberd at this point of time rather than going for a Satanic. This LS gonna hit pretty much hard. You need to have some sort of Halberd or some sort of control for that LS in the team fights. The Radiant side are clamping. The next fight will be the Roshan fight, I guess. The team winning the fight will be going for a Roshan directly. On the Radiant side going for a Roshan, I guess. Yeah, they will be taking the Roshan pretty fast.
The Dire should contest this, but I don't think they will be. My god, the Rosh just melts over here with the damage of the Lina. Oh, now Lina has MKB. Oh. And the Dire side smokes. Okay, interesting.
Juggernaut is betting for.
Oh my god, Juggernaut's immediately gripped, but
he was just betting for the grip. Actually, I think, yeah. The other was
both the support guys, but both the supports buy back instantly into the game.
The nice hits from Lion once again, yeah. The Lion is controlling the void so hard.
The bug killed the Lion.
The nice turn, nice initiation from, but will that Ellie survive? Yeah. Now they are again diving pretty much. There is no need of diving.
Oh, it could be a dieback on the void. Dieback. Oh, this should be game at this point.
Yeah. At least one side mega, I should say.
Yep.
For the Radiant side, prefer to back out. They're pretty much short on resources. That's why they decided to just back out, reset the team fight, and then go once again. Once all their spells and BKB are on CD. Lena still has Aegis with him. The Juggernaut giving proper vision of that Weaver. This Weaver is so very dead. That Shadow Blade worked for Juggernaut like this time. Giving a proper vision of Weaver.
Another buyback comes in from the Weaver.
But I think they won't be able to stop the Mega on the Radiant side. With the Void not having the buyback, I think it will be easy Mega on the Radiant side. The Lina is hitting so pretty hard. His Underlord is so much dead. They are jumping onto the LS. This LS gonna get. Oh my god, this LS melts on with the corrosive head. This Radiant side, if they want, they can just end the game at this point of time.
And the Radiant will be just doing that. I guess only the Lina will be doing that. I guess.
The rest of his team are like securing the game, maybe taking the all side mega rack, all racks on all the 3 lanes, proper mega it out, and then end the game. But the Lina is just telling his teammate, come, we can end. The Weaver decides to go on Lina, but the Lina doesn't give any hindrance to it. Just starts hitting and just hits the tower like a mad boss. Just hitting it so hard. It's 3-side mega coming from the Radiant side.
And it's game.
I think it's pretty much over for the Dire side. By the time the LS like respawns in 20 seconds, this game will be over. The amount
Oh
of
my
damage.
god! We were trying to save the void over here, but he just left the void into his death.
The Radiant side are still having some sort of hope with the LS surviving. The Weaver gonna kill the Juggernaut. Slather dying. Now also it has been getting used. BKB getting
Lina gets DeSoto in this game.
He's just saying I'm just gonna end the game, but he can't, I guess. Yeah, he can't. The Juggernaut buyback.
And
Lina dies. It's a Siege Flash used by Juggernaut. I think the Juggernaut better back out. No, LS getting hit by the Finger of Death. Lina buyback. Kills the LS. It's a buyback from LS.
the Jug is trying to close the game, hitting the Ancient. Oh my god.
The game is pretty much over, yeah. The game is pretty much over now. LS die back.
At least the Dire tried till the end of
level
the,
best, yeah.
till the end. Yep.
So the game 1 goes for towards Onlyfams. So guys, thanks for casting with me, Master, and we'll be tuning in shortly for game 2.
Stay tuned, guys.
স্ট্রিম বন্ধ করেছিস কি সেটা?
এখনো করেনি বোধহয়, বলবে করলে। वो है क्या? हाँ, तुम लोग OnlyFams हो।
हम लोग ने क्या गलती किया?
हाँ, हाँ। तुम लोग मतलब थ्रो कर रहे थे ना, वो
हाँ,
मतलब
हम लोग का थोड़ा वो हो रहा था, आगे पीछे आगे पीछे।
एक
वो गलत हो गया ना, आपने जब बाईबैक किया
दो तीन चीजें हम लोगों ने
वाला ड्राफ्ट
पहला
करके
तो
ट्राई
पहला
करना कैसा
पहला
था
तो
वो
लेनिंग
देखते
फेज
हैं
में गेमिंग
লাইভ করে দেওয়া।
Oh, hello guys. Thanks for tuning in for the second game of the best of three series. Only fam winning the first game quite comprehensively. A bit of light, a bit of comeback from the Only scam, but yeah, ultimately Only fams closes the game. We are we are live with the second game of the series. Same bans coming from both the teams. Only fam banning Spirit Breaker, whereas Only scam banning and like OD, the meta heroes getting banned. Are we gonna see a ogre ban? The second phase, the first
The
phase,
Grim getting banned.
Grimstroke
Yeah.
ban. Yeah, the Grimstroke banning. They're banning the Grimstroke.
So the
They don't
Weaver
want to
getting
play with
left
you.
back again. So are we gonna see the Weaver again?
Pretty strong meta hero, Weaver, QOP.
Yep. They're thinking, what should they do? Should they pick the co-op now or the Weaver? Because if they leave any one of them, the enemy team has a chance to pick the other hero.
They're gonna pick position 5 anyhow. Only if I'm gonna pick a position 5, I don't think they're gonna pick a QOP because only if doesn't play QOP then match. So they can go for Bin or a Lion, I guess. Maybe your first pick Lion.
An
But
interesting
Weaver is opening up. They can go for Weaver. They, I personally prefer playing Weaver so much. It's so like satisfying to play that hero. Like it's pretty much annoying if you're playing against that hero as a position 5 or something like that. But if you are playing that hero, if you are playing that Weaver, personally so satisfying, like irritating your opponent carry, irritating your opponent,
Yeah,
like position
Weaver is
heroes
so
and stuff.
annoying to play against. Running here and there with the bugs, Shikuchi, everything.
So Olifam picks Bane as the first pick, whereas OnlyScam counters it with Winter Weaver and Lion. So Master, personally I want to ask one question, like when you are drafting, personally for me, when I am drafting or like I don't like to reveal the both the supports in the first phase of the draft. What's your opinion in that?
Exactly, because the thing is, when you reveal both the supports in the lane, the enemy has uh, a way to get a hero that can get on top of you guys, right, on your supports, and the supports just do nothing to save themselves. So it's better to leave the support for later on. And in many games, I have seen a support hero can counter their safe laner as well, because you can see the winter is getting picked. If they have suppose left the winter out and the enemy hero picks a juggernaut or a life stealer, the winter's pretty effective against both of them. And because the winter is getting picked now, so the enemy has like mm, they don't have the option to pick a life stealer or jug. That's true, but you could have just countered them with your pick rather than not letting them pick.
So immediately Olifam counters that Weaver Winter Weaver pick with the Rubik, I guess. Rubik playing a position 4. The same sort of bans coming in the second phase. WK getting banned, Morphling getting banned from the side of OnlyScam, Tinker getting banned from side of OnlyFam.
Both the team picking their two supports, revealing.
Medusa getting banned from the Dire side.
So what are the heroes that are left? Quap can be banned.
Like both LS is bad pick for both the teams. Like if you're playing against a Ben, LS is not good against a Vayne. If you're playing against a Winter Weaver, LS is not good against a Winter Weaver.
Yep.
I think LS is ruled out for both the teams.
Yep. Yep. True.
Only Scam can pick their comfort zone carry hero this game. Maybe a anti-mage or a PA. We can see a anti-mage or a PA from the side of Oldie Scam. I'm pretty much confident that they're gonna pick either an anti-mage or a PA. Like I'm 90% confident about that. Um, Lifestealer getting banned from the side of Oldie Scam as soon as they saw the Razor getting banned, which hard counters are LS, so bans the LS for themselves.
So we'll be seeing their offlaner right now from the only scams view. So they need a jumping hero, kind of offlaner, Mars or something like that. Sand King also works, but only scam need to be careful not to give the borrow strike if they take a Sand King to the Rubik because it's uh, it's really hard to play against Rubik with any stun like the Impale or the uh, borrow borrow strike because anything Rubik steals, Rubik can use it on any one with the almost like double effect of that spell.
Yeah, the duration, damage, both all gets amplified.
Everything gets almost doubled.
So these cameras just thinking of the first pick of the second phase, and they pick the Omni Knight.
They
Okay,
pick a
a
Omni
pretty
Knight
interesting,
against a Rubik. Okay.
a pretty interesting pick coming from the side of Old Scam. Like I think this whole tournament, this is the second game I'm seeing Omni Knight getting picked. First was picked by Sigma from the side of Three Friends, where he went for that weird build of Mask of Madness, then Shadowblade, and all. This is the second
Crazy
game.
build by the Sigma.
This is the second time I'm gonna see Omni Knight probably offlane for the team.
Yep, yep. It's probably gonna be offlane, or we can also see a mid wyvern,
But
I guess.
yeah, but picking a Omni Knight into a Rubik,
Yeah.
a bit like
Anything Rubik steals for Omni Knights, it's gonna be effective, you know.
expected.
The
Yeah,
purification,
yeah.
good. The
The
Heavenly
Shadow
Grave,
Priest,
good.
the ultimate.
The Guardian Angel, also very good. So against a Rubik, Omni Knight is just trash, in my opinion. Maybe they have a plan for this, like killing the Rubik before he even gets something out. But what can it be?
OnlyFans probably a bit flabbergasted looking at the Omni Knight pick, and they're going for a Night Stalker. They
Yep,
just
yep.
want to like jump into the back line, go on to the
Great pick.
Winter V1. Yeah.
Great pick by the only fam team.
Only from Night Stalker, they just pick Night Stalker just to like run into the Winter V1, run into their back line, silence the Winter Weaver or the Omni Knight, whichever hero that's possible, and kill that hero before even the fight breaks in.
But the best thing, in my opinion, of Night Stalker is the vision. Because he provides so much of vision, so much of information he gives to his team. They can
Just
play around
deliver.
that, and with the draw, it's
I'm
gonna be difficult.
really, yeah, I'm really liking this draw and Night Stalker pick. Perfectly synergizes with the picks of Onlyfam and also counters the Onlyscam pick pretty heavily. With the silence coming from draw, I think Omni Knight will be having a pretty hard time laning against the draw and the Vayne lane. Firstly, and also with the amount of silence that the side of Onlyfam carries with them in the lights of Night Stalker and Draw Ranger, I think. Plus, plus the positional advantage that this Night Stalker gonna bring to you in team fights. It's a bit tough game for the Onlyscam supports at this point of time.
Again, they need a jumping hero. Let me jump onto the back lines or into the draw.
Puck pick.
Puck.
It's an puck pick. Puck getting picked from the side of Onlyfam.
Mm, not bad, but against Rubik and draw Night Stalker. It's gonna be difficult game for the Pug, but they needed someone to like jump.
Now Onlyfam starts banning the heroes that they're gonna counter that draw so hard. They bans the Spectre. And what are you like? What are your thoughts of the last picks of both sides? I'm having a feeling that OnlyScam gonna pick their anti-mage or a PA as their carry, whereas OnlyFam gonna pick a Kunkka maybe or something of that sort. What are your thoughts on that? Like, if you have been drafting for both of the teams, what are you gonna pick?
Yeah, for the OnlyFam team, they need a strong mid laner who can like at least if not win, they can sustain the lane. Kunka very nice, or they can even go for a like mm, what do you call Ember Spirit against a Puck. It's gonna be really good because Puck has zero armor in early stages, and Ember can just max light and get Orb of Corrosion. Just keep sliding the Puck. And for the only scam team, they need a carry who can like mm, get a good lane and make something out of the game. Yep. PA seems good. Yeah. And they
Going for
what?
Abaddon.
Take second.
Okay, I got it. The Bane
It's
gonna be a
a
mid
Night
laner.
Stalker mid.
No. Mark my word, it's a Bane mid.
Vayne mid.
Yeah,
Okay.
gonna be a Bane mid laner. He's going for a Meteor Hammer and so that sort of items. Xander plays
Interesting.
Bane.
Interesting.
That we myself and Xander we were talking the last day when we were playing the game. He loves playing Bane mid. So against you guys also, we were also thinking of picking a Bane mid, but later when you picked a Meepo, we were shifted it to Kunka. But yeah,
Yeah,
he
because
loves
against
playing
Meepo Vayne isn't
Bane.
that good. Yeah.
It's a Ricky Maru pick.
Riki.
Oh my! First time
Uh,
I'm seeing a Ricky Maru in this tournament.
interesting. Interesting.
So it's a
Okay.
Bane mid,
I like your
carry
moves. I
draw
like
off
your
lane, Night
style.
Stalker, position 4 Rubik,
I like
and
your
it's a position 5
moves. I
Abaddon.
like your style.
Some really interesting picks coming out end of the game. So the second game of Only Fam and Only Scam gonna be really spicy, guys. Stay tuned to see this game. This game gonna be so chaotic and so spicy. You guys gonna love this game.
So, like, are only scam gonna scam the only fam, or the family bonding is too strong for the side of only fam to get scammed? Let's see. The answer will be told in no time.
So the Only Scam are trying to secure their lanes. Yeah, because
Yeah,
in the previous game they kind of lost every lane. So they're trying
yeah.
to at least secure the laning stage so they could at least have a chance
They
against
provide
the
so
Radiant
much
team
of vision, so much.
with this Riki pick. Again, Riki has really good armor, really good region, and it's really good against these two, at least Rubik and Bane. So if the Riki could get these two supports out early into the game, it's gonna be really smooth for the Dire team.
But will what do you think? Will Winter Weaver and Ricky Lane be that much effective against Rubik and Nice Talker lane?
Yeah, because in the early stages of the game, Nightstalker does nothing until he hits like 5 minutes.
Whereas in the bot lane, we're gonna see Omni Knight and a Lion lane, I guess, along with the Abaddon and Bro, Abaddon will be just focusing on saving that draw, giving that unlimited health supply, bro, just to sustain him, make him sustain him in the lane. I'm just looking forward to this mid Bane. Bane has already skewed his hammer, just I have told. He's going to the mid lane. It's like a pseudo OD. Bane is like a pseudo OD at this point of time. Just sleep, use your meter hammer, use your knight, use your brain sap, and it is pretty much dead, I guess.
I like your moves. I like your
So in no way I think the Radiance dire side would be expecting mid Bane.
I like your
Probably would have
moves.
Can
I
you
like your
just adjust the
style.
camera at least? Maybe, please. Satan, you there?
Hello, Satan. Yeah, get me message.
Okay, no problem. Please continue.
So I don't think the dire side would have anyway expected that Bane gonna be a mid laner. They are still thinking that he's gonna be a Night Stalker or a Abaddon or a Rogue.
I like your style.
Yep, he could just go for this thing. If he really loves the Meteor Hammer build, he could go for the Kunkka as well. Kunkka into X mark Meteor Hammer. That's pretty nasty as well.
Let's
This
do
bro is
this.
in lots of trouble, I guess. The bro uses his silence just to survive. Yeah. Okay, so this Bane is gonna be a pseudo OD at this moment, I guess.
The top lane at least should go smoothly for the Dire team. Mid lane, yeah, mid lane can also work for the Dire team if played properly. And the bottom lane is the one they should worry about.
But we are seeing something different out here. The bottom lane is getting pressurized from the dire side. Like, since you are a mid laner master, so suppose if you are playing a mid lane against a conventional hero, for example, it's a Puck against a SA or a Puck against a QOP or something like that, where you have played against that hero quite a number of times. But
I like your
sometimes
style.
a curveball mid appears like a Bane mid. So do you find it a bit difficult certain times, like if you are playing against an orthodox
I like your
mid laner?
style.
So yeah, in this it's not that difficult because the mid lane is kind of same, because the thing is with Puck or anything, if the hero you're facing against is not that tanky, so you can just spam your spells into the lane and secure last hits. With that, you should also keep in mind you should try to hit the enemy hero with the spell and try not to get denied in the mid lane.
So at this point of time, we can see the Bane leading the network chart against the Puck, and followed by a Night Stalker and a Drow. So like the previous game, also the Radiant side having a pretty good network lead. The early game, all the three cores having a pretty good lane. This time the carry of the Radiant side, the Drow is having a better game rather than he had in the last game against the Underlord playing the Jug. The Rubik is trying to side pull, but this Winter is not allowing. Lion is just stacking. This Puck is having a really tough time laning against the Bane at this point of time. Clearly, this clearly shows that the Puck hasn't laned against a Bane. And certain times, if you are playing against these curveball heroes, against these heroes which were not aware of, if it gives you tough time to play against it. Like you have not a like normal mid laner that you face every day. Bane having a pretty easy game, easy laning phase at this point of time, leading the last hit chart. Also, nice Shower having a pretty easy lane, matching the net light last hit chart of Rikimaru.
Yeah, I'm not sorry about that.
This Bane is pretty much close. Like in 5.5 minutes, within 5 or 5.5 minutes, you will be getting his meteor hammer, and you will start channeling it into Puck. And also, we can see that the Bane is having a one total full level advantage over Puck at this point of time.
Yeah, it's actually unlikely to say these things, but yeah, if this works, I guess.
Yeah. The thing where I'm looking at mid lane is that the Bane is very much efficient in hit trading with the Puck. Even after Puck uses all the spells, Bane just uses one brain sap and this HP is full. So
Yep, that's really true.
the nice rotation from Winter V1 into the bot lane, we can see the Drow is just tipping and will survive with a nice TP. He didn't go to base but survives, whereas the Rubik TPs onto the bot lane to help the carry. So it leaves with a 1v1 top lane Nice Chopper and Rikimaru. So I think it's a nice rotation from Winter V1 in some sense, like they notice that it's a night time and this Nice Chopper gonna go ham onto Winter V1. So what Winter V1 did, he just rotated into the bot lane and tried to make force some rotation from the Radiant side, so the Nice Chopper cannot just dive into the tower, kill the Winter and all. So Lion is already into the mid lane just to help the Puck, I guess. He knew that the Bane will be going for the Puck and he is standing there just cancel the Meteor Hammer or the Bane ultimate. Oh my god. Oh my god, this Rubik. Jesus.
Sad mistake by the Rubik. That could have been an easy kill. Goes to the Bane.
Easy first blood for Bane.
Yep.
No matter what, the Nice Stalker, as usual, jumps onto the Rikimaru. Will the Nice Stalker survive? I guess. Oh my god, he is just waiting in the high ground. And a nice play from Nice Stalker. He gets the first blood onto Rikimaru, and it's a pretty good movement from Nice Stalker. Although he dies, the first blood he received, the form of Rikimaru is much more efficient. Oh my god, this Bane.
That was a vision thing because Bug just got out of vision.
Ultimate coming. Oh, nice sleep from Bane to dodge the Lion stun, and the immediate ultimate Bane script used on Lion. Nice stun dodge by Bane Elemental with that sweep.
That is really good play by the Bane, dodging the Impale as well as the Illusionary Orb.
Yeah. The Lion was constantly standing into the mid lane. He was quite aware that once Bane completes his Meteor Hammer, he will be just sleeping and using it on the Puck. So he was there in the mid lane just to counter it, so that the Puck, so that he is not able to channelize that hammer on the Puck. But that worked against it, and Bane is just onto the tower. He is just working as a pseudo OD this game. Like he's like, you guys wanna ban OD? No problem, I'm gonna pick Bane and it.
Yep, and let me tell you this thing. I've been trying this build on Kunkka as well, Kunkka Meteor Hammer, and this Meteor Hammer build on Kunkka is much more like the OD and Bane. But the thing is, there is no way the other team could like save him from the sleep or anything. Because the X mark, the spot doesn't get cancelled by anything.
Yeah. The rotation from the Night Stalker, he goes on to Puck, and it's a second silence onto Puck, but this Puck would survive, I guess. Yeah, the Puck would survive. The 4v4 gang coming from the side, from the both sides. The heal from the Omni Knight. This Abaddon dies. They are going for the Draw Ranger at this moment, this Puck and Lion. The Impel used on Draw. Oh, it's once again, it's a bad sleep from Lion. Leads into the kill.
I like your style.
There's the Brain Trap on City for Brain. He's waiting, he's just waiting to use his ultimate, I guess. He's out of mana at this moment. But anyway, this Winter will die.
The Pain pick is doing wonders for the Radiant team.
And also, he's just leading the network chart at this moment. The 10-minute mark, he's just leading the network chart. Like around, 1000 goal lead from the next Dire Core.
And the Bane got a little bit cocky over here, and he drops. Being the top network.
Yeah, he didn't expect the Rikimaru and Lion both there in the mid lane just to save the tower or save the Puck. But anyway, they got the mid lane tower in the 10-minute mark, and it opens up the map for the Radiant side at this point. Night Stalker preferring to go for a hand of Midas rather than going for Eco Saver. He just wants to utilize all the amount of space he has got in this game till now. Kane and Night Stalker are leading the network chart at this point of time. Dro has completed his trade bands and power trade and moving towards Dragonlance. Abaddon is farming into the mid lane just to get some level 6. Whereas the Dire side has climbed towers 5 and gonna look for the bot lane tower push. Rubik is standing there behind the tower.
Yeah, as we can see, the hard support guy, this Fury, he really likes to give his levels to the safe laner or whoever he's with, so they could get some levels ahead. But when the game progresses, no, was that the no?
It was on the side of
OnlyScam. Yeah.
But Winter Raven understood his mistake from the last game, and now he's already level 6 by the 11-minute mark. But if you are playing a Rubik, it's like you need to get to level 6 as soon as possible.
Well, 5-man smoke comes out by the Dire team.
But I think the Rubik saw the smoke, I guess.
Yep. And
saw the smoke, and Dro immediately needs to back out.
The Dro getting caught over here, and he's so dead. There's no way he could survive this gang. Just no way.
They don't have any vision for the Rikimaru at this point of time. They got the Dro kill, but ultimately the Radiant side also traded their bot lane tower. And Night Stalker has completed his Midas, and with time he gonna scale it so hard in this game. Going for the Draw once again, I guess. The Draw needs to back out. He predicted it right. He just moved under the tower, waiting for the Dire side to show themselves onto the map. But the Dire side are constantly pressing the Radiant side of the map.
Both are. Draw might be getting a bit too greedy.
Draw is dead, I guess. Oh my god.
What was that? That Draw was trying to silence the Rubik, so he couldn't help the Draw. Yes. A bit of panic moment by the Bob the Builder.
The Dire side are ultimately killing the Draw. They have killed the Draw twice. but the amount of pressure you are dealing to draw, the more amount of space the Bane and the Night Stalker is getting. And mind if the Night Stalker has made it mid us in this game. He will be scaling pretty hard in this game.
Yep. And if you might think that Bane is not that strong because he's a mid laner and he has played as a support throughout his like career as a hero, but you'll be thinking wrong because Bane's scepter can give you like two more illusions of yourself when you grip someone, and after you grip that guy you can immediately release the grip and the two illusions by your side will channel the grip, so you can do
Yeah,
anything you want through that entire time.
yeah, exactly. The Bane with Aghanim and Silence will be strong. But the Red Dire side has totally dominated the Radiant side of the map. They have the full vision, the Radiant smokes, and trying to hunt that
Very-
Radiant. They have spotted both the wards. The Radiant side has spotted both the wards, and they're gonna divert it at this. But there is a third ward that is there on the Radiant side of the map, and is giving a total vision. It's a 5-man smoke coming from the Dire side, and this time they are moving towards the Tri-Camp. And I think the
they're
draw
looking to
gonna get
catch the draw again. Oh my god. If the draw
draw
dies
gonna.
over here again, he's gonna be really.
It's a nice silence, but draw.
I like
It's
your
a nice
style.
sleep from Lion, nice sleep from Bane to Lion.
My god.
There's
They're
a
aiming this Bob the Builder so hard.
it was a nice prediction from the Dire side actually. They warded warded the Radiant side of the map, and once they saw that the bottom side of the map, there is no one in the bottom side of the map, so just move. It's just a nice grip from nice grip on Ricky, and this Ricky is pretty much dead. It's a Guardian Angel used on by Omni Knight. But ultimately they have not much damage to that team. He's just like
Because they
the
used so
fourth
much to
man
kill the Bro Ranger over there. They
Yeah.
had nothing to fight over here.
Even though the Bane got ulti, so interval one ultimate, the only hero that was hitting the Bane was Abaddon. So Bane is no way gonna die when Abaddon hits it. That's I love this role so much. Wait, that's one. Nice Saber has completed his Eco Super, above which he has around 900 gold. And he is leading the network chart at this moment, followed by Bane, Maru, and Ro. Even though one thing is like commendable for the side of the Radiant side here, even though the Dire side managed to kill that Bro 3 to 4 times, like hunting the Bro 3 to 4 times, Bro has farmed, like he's still the 4th in the network chart.
Yep.
Ricky has completed his Diffusal Blade. The only one thing that is the Radiant side is lacking at this point is the amount of burst damage output. Like
Exactly. I was going to mention that because the Radiant don't have that much of burst damage. They have control, they have physical damage, and they have like pure damage, but they don't have like initial burst for the Dire team like the Dire has, like the Finger and the Puck nukes.
I saw her ulti being expanded, I guess. cooldown. Sorry, my bad. It's on the second spell. It was used, but the Puck survives anyhow. The Bane is moving, is like he is just going to build the Agony as his next item. He has already completed his Meteor Hammer and Ether Lens. This Radiant side has pretty much like pretty good tool to control their Ricky or a Puck. Those pesky heroes like Puck and Ricky, they're gonna get controlled by Bane and Night Stalker pretty hard. It's a 4-man smoke, I guess. Yeah, they left the draw to farm in the Tricam and they smoke as a 4 and want to kill them. They are going to hunt the Wiki this time. They are going for the Wiki this time. Oh, the smoke getting popped out from the side of Radiant, and they saw the Wikimaru, and this Wikimaru is so very dead. The frames have been expanded. The lion deceased, but the sleeve already been used. The Meteor Hammer gonna get channeled by Bane, I guess. And it's a pause, and it's a nice like jump from Night Stalker. He just jumped onto the backline for Winter Weaver and Omni Knight.
And the Night Stalkers spamming the chat line as better retreat.
I think that Wiki should have backed out as soon as he saw that the smoke break from the Radiant side. Like Rubik's smoke broke when he walked into the high ground, and there was a word in the cliff, and Ricky should have easily had vision of Rubik. He could have easily predicted that it's a fire smoke coming from the side of the Radiant. He could have easily backed out, but he chose to stand over there and fight, but the Bane's grip was one too much for him to handle. This lion will die, I guess, with the Meteor Hammer channel.
And the Omni Knight uses Heavenly Grave on himself. That's not the way you should play the Omni Knight.
Maybe a panic double click coming from the side of Omni Knight.
Yep.
And all this makes space for the Draw Ranger to farm in the map. He is just having some getting some fresh air to breathe after so much of pressure that he received in the early game. He has already completed his Dragonlance and moving towards Yasha and Hurricane fight. The Radiant side is now the Radiant side who is just dominating, and like it's a nice silence, nice of a silence coming from. But they chose to go on to Rubik. Rubik is so very dead. Next they are trying to get onto the Bane elemental, but this Bane is so much tanky to kill. It's a nice silence from Bro. This lion getting dead. The Abaddon is saving all the heroes. Oh my god, the Ricky dies after the channeling, Meteor Hammer channeling from the Bane. This Bane survived for so long. This Abaddon just healed his Bane.
And the great TP comes out by the draw even.
Yeah. And it's a regen rune coming for the Radiant side are synergizing pretty well in this game. Once again, this Abaddon, like the last game Lion player, is
a panic smoke by the Rubik.
And that greedy Sentry Ward break costed him his life. This Abaddon is playing a pretty good game. Like he played Lion last game, he was doing pretty good. This game also is a nice Meteor Hammer from Bane, which locked down the Omni Knight, and it's a creep used on a Puck. Puck will die. This Night Stalker is going ham onto the supports. He's just running onto the back line and killing all the support on. First he killed Lion, then he goes for Winter Weaver. Now he is going for that Omni Knight. Whereas Abaddon is just chasing the Rikimaru. Just we discussed this Night Stalker gonna if the dire side don't control this Night Stalker, he's just gonna go ham onto them. He's just giving all the positional advantage into the team fight, all the vision with the silence onto the backline. I think Omni Knight
and the Rubik stole the Heavenly Grave even. The Heavenly Grave gives strength to the Night Stalker, which gives him damage and more damage for the Night Stalker.
And above that, Abaddon is shielding that Night Stalker only. So,
a nice BKB by the Night Stalker, immediately getting delivered, but getting burst nevertheless.
His Bane survives. TP out. Abaddon ulti getting popped out. Spark ulti that's been used on the two of the supports. And Abaddon and Rubik both dies. It's a nice silence from Dro, but they won't be able to kill that fuck, I guess. The Dro would like to retreat from the fight rather than taking a fight. The channel, oh my god, Lion gets by the meteor hammer.
And sadly, the Dro doesn't have any mana. Or the everyone dies. Radiant will be safe to do Roshan.
The Radiant side is going for the Roshan, whereas the Diet side are not at all aware of that. They're just
smoke, I guess.
But they will be pretty much late. They are nowhere near to the Roshan pit.
And
by the time they are
dying really quick.
By the time they realize it will be pretty late. The Roshan would have been already done. And Bro Ranger takes the Roshan and they'll be marching forward, I guess, once again. Take the second, they'll be aiming for the mid-second tower. The smoke coming from the Radiant side, they are baiting the Dro at this point of time. Dro is just pushing the lane, whereas the rest 4 of the players on the Radiant side just smoked up and Bane is so much close for that. He just slaved the Lion. Lion is so very dead. Can't survive. That amount of control.
The Night Stalker is super fat over here.
They will be going for the top second tower, I guess. The Night Stalker is like 3000 gold at one. Is having a 3000 gold lead over the Rikimaru. Bane peak is doing wonders on the Radiant side, I must say. Oh my god, this Puck jumped onto the... Oh. Bane is waiting for his time to ultimate. They are going for the Bane, I guess. But the Abaddon is there to save the Bane as long as possible. Nice Guardian and stolen by Rubik. And this Dro is gonna kill all of them, I guess. The Dro and Night Stalker are gonna clean up the mess at the dire side. God,
as you can see, the vision the Night Stalker provides is so much.
So much good, yeah. And also the nice Guardian Angel stole by that's so much
Rubik.
effective.
Yep.
Yeah, Guardian stolen by Rubik. They were not able to take the fight. Now he's going for the Winter Weapon. This Winter Weapon is no point running, buddy. So that any spell, I like as you mentioned in the draft. Like if you have picked Omni Knight against a Rubik, there is like these things gonna bound to happen.
Exactly. There's like no way you can't give Rubik what he wants. Anything you give, the Rubik wants.
Yeah. So one side Mega, the Radiant side taking the top track. The edges is still there for the side on the side of the draw. They use all their spells, all their utilities on just for killing the Bane, and that Abaddon just helped the Bane to survive for so long that the dire side were unable to were left with no spells. So once the Guardian Angel got stolen and it got good, they were left with nothing in their books. Pro is coming for a Daedalus now. Take 300 gold away from his away from Daedalus. Nice ultimate coming from Bane Elemental. Ulti used on Rubik. Coil used by Rubik. The fast coil going by Rubik. The messed up fight that's going on at this moment. Night Stalker was not there, he's just coming at this moment. Just jumping onto the backline here. As soon as Night Stalker came into this fight, the fight was so pretty over. The Ultra Kick coming
Ultra
from
kill
rolling.
for the draw range. Will it be a rampage? A rampage for the Bob the Builder. It's great.
The dire side was winning the fight as long as Night Stalker was not there, but as soon as Night Stalker came into the fight, it was pretty much over. The fight was over, totally done. I think this game is pretty GG from the
Yep. But as we saw in the previous game, the nice feed to Bane. As you can see, Bane can do anything he likes after the Agnems. He uses the Beam's whip.
buying the ping from their base.
Oh,
It's a
nice
nice
winter curse from Night Stalker.
4 of the hit, 4 of the hits. Rubik killing that Night Stalker Winter Weapon ultimate and using it on one of the
New
illusion
shield.
of
Everyone dies from the remaining side. But Fog dies as well. So many buybacks comes out. There's the team
the Omni
buyback.
Knight buyback. It's just an Omni Knight buyback, I guess.
It didn't. Yeah, the Omni Knight just bought back. No one else. So not bad, but still, the Raiden needs to throw like 3 more fights to equalize the game.
Yeah. It's a 17k net worth lead, and for the first time in the game, Bro Ranger is leading the net worth chart. He has Link Dagger, he has Daedalus, he can fight everything. That like personally to me, that Bane Elemental mid pick went really against that. They didn't expect the dire side didn't at all expect the Bane Elemental to be the mid either.
Yep.
It
The
took them for surprise.
Bane mid was such a shocker for the Dire team, and it worked as wonders for the Radiant team. %98 win probability by Onlyfams. My God. So we can. The thing is that 2% goes to the dire side, OnlyScam. So they have something. They have something at least.
Bane has also completed his blink dagger just to make a pretty good position, just to have a pretty good position in fights. They are aiming for the bot lane Drax at this point. There's a 5-man smoke coming from the tire side. They are looking to wrap around back line of the Radiant side.
They'll be thinking of jumping onto the Bane or
Bane
someone. Yep.
Bane
can
don't
jump.
die that easily, but Bane don't die that easily. That nice Hurricane Pie used on Bane. Bane uses ulti on Lotus Orb onto the Trophy Knight. But if you are targeting the Bane, there is a throw and nice cover at this point of time. Who will be killing each and every one.
There's no one dying on the Radiant team and the Dire team getting annihilated. Oh my God.
So much
And
safe on the side of the Radiant.
It's GG. Yeah, GG's has been called.
So it's a 2-0 win from the side of Onlyfams. The Knight came from the Radiant side.
And Onlyfam goes forward into the lower brackets. And whoever
Whereas
wins.
the journey for Onlyfams ends here. Thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you,
guys,
Master
don't forget to subscribe and like the
IEL channel.
IL channel. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for listening to us. And hope you guys liked it.